So, these 2 cups of water. Do they have this? Do you think they have the same amount of water in them?
Yeah.
Okay. What about these 2? Do they have the same amount of water in them? Yes? Okay. Okay.
There we go.
And you can stand up if you need to see better. Okay.
Probably stand up.
So,
There you go.
we have 2 good guys. Yeah. Absolutely. There's a footnote. You can put it under. Like right here? Okay. So Batman and Superman. 2 good guys. Here's the bad guy. Can you put the bad guy where the good guys can't see him? Okay, good job. Okay. Now Leah's gonna ask you a question. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you a story and then I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions about it, okay? So, Joe is a 14-year-old boy who wanted to go to a summer camp very much. His father promised him that he could go if he saved up the money for it by himself. So Joe worked very hard at his paper route and saved up $40 that it cost to go to the camp and some extra money. But just before the camp was about to start, his father changed his mind. Some of Joe's dad's friends, decided to go on a special fishing trip, and Joe's father didn't have enough money to go. So he told Joe to give him the money that he had saved from the paper route. Joe didn't want to give up going to the camp, so he thinks that he shouldn't give his father the money. So do you think that Joe should give his father the money? No? Well, why not? Or why? Why would you say?
Because he wanted to go to the camp and not the fishing trip.
And do you think that Joe's dad has the right to tell him tell Joe that he should give him the money? Yeah? Why is that?
Because his dad is the boss of him.
Okay. Do you think that giving his dad the money makes Joe a good son? Yeah. And why is that? Okay. Do you think that it would be different if Joe didn't earn the money himself? Yeah? Why is that?
Because he wouldn't go to the camp.
And Joe's father promised him that he could go to the camp if he earned the money. Do you think that that is the most important thing that his dad promised him, and that's why is that why Joe shouldn't give his father the money? Yeah. Do you think that's important to keep a promise to somebody that maybe you don't know or you won't ever see again? No? And why not?
Because they won't see him anymore, and they won't come and do the thing that they promised.
Okay. And what do you think would be the best thing for Joe to do?
Give them to his father.
And why is that?
Because it's the one he chose.
Okay. That is all the questions I have for you. I think, is that
Yep.
Is that it? All right. What's your name?
Lane.
Hi, I'm Katie. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Lane. I'm Colby. I'm just going to be videotaping everything. that's okay.
And I'm Leah, and I'll ask after Katie's done. Okay, my first question. Would you say that these 2 cups of water have the same amount in them? No? Which one has this? That one? Okay. What about math? Which one has more, or do they have the same amount? This one has more? Alright. Thank you. My next question. And you can stand up if you need to see better. I struggle with. Okay. So, Batman and Robin, or Batman and Superman, are the good guys, right? And they're looking for this bad guy. Can you put this bad guy where Batman and Superman won't find him? You could stand for putting it. Good job. Now Leah's going to ask you a couple questions. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a story, and then I'm just going to ask you a couple questions about the story, okay? Okay. Joe is a 14-year-old boy who wanted to go to a summer camp very much. His father promised him that he could go if he saved up the money for it himself. So Joe worked hard at his paper route and saved up $40 that it cost to go to the camp, plus some extra money. But just before the camp was about to start, his father changed his mind. Some of Joe's father's friends decided to go on a special fishing trip, and Joe's father didn't have enough money to go with him. So he told Joe to give him the money that Joe had saved from the paper route. Joe didn't want to give up going to camp, so he thinks that he won't give his father the money. So do you think that Joe should give his father the money?
Probably if he wants to go to the camp really bad, but not so much to the fishing, I think he should.
Okay. And do you think that Joe's dad has the right to tell Joe to give him the money?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. And why would you say that?
Because if Joe wants to go to the camp, I think he should let his wish come true since he's only a kid. But if it was a no, it would teach the kid a lesson.
Okay. And do you think that whether or not Joe gives his dad the money has anything to do with Joe being a good son? Yeah? Okay, and why would you say that?
Because he would be listening to his father.
Okay. Do you think that the fact that Joe earned the money for himself through his own hard work is important to the story? Yeah? And why is that?
Because he worked really hard to get the money to go to the camp, and then the father changed his mind without telling the kid.
Okay. And Joe's father promised Joe that he could go to the camp if he earned the money. Do you think that the fact that the father promised is the most important thing? No? And why is that?
Because the kid's question was the most important thing, because he really wanted to go, and the father didn't tell him that he changed his mind, and the kid might have gotten mad since he didn't tell him, and then when he asked, when he said, hey, I got enough money, can I go now? And then the dad says no, and then the kid says, but you promised me.
Right. Okay. In general, why do you think that promises should be kept?
Because you're going